Chelsea in advanced talks with Ajax over a possible deal for centre-back Yoel Hato. And formal approach is expected to Chelsea as well over their midfielder Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. They're also keeping an eye of Fulham on Raheem Sterling's situation at Chelsea. They're listening to offers for Sterling. Chelsea, that's no secret. That he had him on loan at Arsenal last season, didn't really work out for them. He's back at Chelsea now, but he's only got 2 years left on his contract. I think Chelsea would want to do some business on Sterling, but that one looks like it could be revisited later in the window.
Breaking news, yet more transfer news. Now, the Ajax centre-back, Yoel Hato, has been left out of the squad to face Celtic tonight in the Como Cup. Now, we at Sky Sports News understand that the 19-year-old is in Italy with his teammates for the pre-season tournament, but he won't play this evening. What does that mean? Well, Chelsea are in advanced talks with Ajax over a possible deal for the player, and he's told Ajax he wants out. Ajax looking for around £52 million. Chelsea value him at £35 million.
Nicholas Jackson, last year, his shots went up. His shot accuracy percentage actually came down, but interestingly, he ranked third in the league for shots on target per 90 minutes. Only Erling Haaland and Matheus Cunha beat him on that. So Nicholas Jackson's finishing ability actually, I think, is actually underrated. That those howlers and the red cards, those get spoken about. And those are things that psychologically can play on a player. But actually, across the season and an injury-hit season as well, Nicholas Jackson was actually very good at getting shots off and getting them on target from good positions. As a striker, like Nicholas Jackson, is one of the best options out there. But Man United, they cannot afford to take an £80 million punt on him, I don't think still. That's not to say that he's not a good option. I think if it were to come down to 50, 60 million and United could afford it, then I think Nicholas Jackson would be one of the better options out there, especially given the Premier League experience. If you're deciding between him and someone like Sesko, then maybe Jackson is maybe even a bit of a safer bet.
On the Chelsea exit, guys, important to add something more. What about Joe Felix? Benfica are going big. Benfica are working on a deal with Jorge Mendes, agent of the player, and with Chelsea. Now depends on Chelsea exit conditions. Benfica want to try. They don't have crazy money to spend, but still good opportunity. They know the player is keen on a move back to Benfica, so Benfica are working on a deal to bring back Joe Felix. They are trying, and the relationship of the agent of the player, Jorge Mendes, with the Chelsea and with Benfica is excellent. So both clubs are working on this deal, trying to find a solution together, because Joe Felix has to leave Benfica this summer. For Raheem Sterling, back to Chelsea from Arsenal, he's completely out of the Chelsea project. Napoli have been offered the possibility to sign Sterling. Let's see what Napoli decide to do. They were offered also Jack Grealish in June, but they were not so convinced because of the financial part of the deal. Let's see what happens with Sterling, if it can be an opportunity or not for Napoli. They've been offered this opportunity. Napoli today asked for the conditions of the deal, so let's see what's going to happen with Raheem Sterling, but he's another player who is going to leave Chelsea in this summer transfer window. We said about Kunku, we know about Nicholas Jackson, who could be also on the move, so many movements away from Chelsea in this summer transfer window. But Chelsea, because many Chelsea fans sent us messages here and on other platforms saying, okay, but what's going on with Xavi Simons? What's going on with Hato? Maybe Hato is on hold because of Renato Veiga. Maybe Xavi Simons is on hold. No, guys. Chelsea are working on that. Then it's not that you close the deals in 24 hours always. It's not something like that. It's not part of these games. Sometimes you have to negotiate. Sometimes you have to discuss. For example, Chelsea for Yoel Hato are using the old deal made by Arsenal a few years ago for Jarian Timber from Ajax, same position, centre back, same club, Ajax, for the fee. They want to spend around 40 million euros for Yoel Hato. That's the Chelsea idea in the direct negotiations with Ajax. Ajax want more, so there is a negotiation ongoing, but the player wants to go to Chelsea, and Chelsea feel strong in this story for Yoel Hato because the player took a strong position, told Ajax with maximum respect that his dream is to go to Premier League, the opportunity to go to Chelsea is big, and so for Hato, work in progress. My feeling is that this deal will happen. Also because the relationship between the clubs is very good. And also Xavi Simons, my feeling is the same, because Chelsea are working on that. There are contacts ongoing. The relationship between clubs is also very good in this case. They already did the Kunku deal together and more, so they have very good relationship. They are having two separate discussions. One is for Carney Chukwuemeka, the other one is for Xavi Simons, but Chelsea and Leipzig are negotiating, and also also the negotiation between Chelsea and Xavi Simons on the contract is going quite well. On personal terms is going quite well. So I think they can agree every detail of personal terms very soon, and I still expect Xavi Simons to have very good chances to join Chelsea in this summer transfer window. So conversations progressing for Xavi Simons and for Jorel Hatu behind the scenes.